came in yesterday, I told you guys go. I was already in gold, and it was market execution on the session. So, uh, that option, I'm supposed to, okay, maybe get everyone on that option. But if you didn't, I just want to know on the chat, okay, if you were on, how many of you were on my live session yesterday? This question I'm asking, it's going to lead to one of the things I want to talk about this morning. All right, good. Recording set. Okay, was on Insta. I wasn't on. Okay. Okay, risk were too high. Good. I love that. Couldn't. My workload was. All right. So I don't know which of the questions you guys are answering. How many of you too good? Yes. Okay. Let me just answer. I know Mr. Jazz said it was too. How many of you on you too good or you on good? All right. So you said not to do prostitutes. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. So I'm going to just show you guys a chat. And I'm gonna come back to the question I asked. I asked for a reason. All right, I asked for a reason. But just so we look at our option for yesterday and see where we're gonna move from that. I'm just gonna look at go. Just a moment. You know, one of the things I love about what we're doing here, and many of you are not gonna get a glimpse of it. You're gonna miss out for so long just because you didn't move. All right. Every one of you that are here right now, you make sure you go type on the group, all right, live, that we're live and ready to learn. Okay, you make sure you do that. Anytime you join the session, you make sure you do that. Now, one of the reasons I trade with you guys the way I trade with you guys is so something about you is gonna awake. There's something about a human consciousness. If you're being fed, if someone is giving you food, is giving you food, is giving you food, all right, and you don't know how to cook, it's gonna come a time. You may enjoy the food when you're a baby, but it's gonna come a time you're gonna start repelling, feeding. You want to know how to cook. You want to understand how food is being done. All right. There's gonna be when you are mature, there's a part of you that will need to now know how to do things. How many of you realize that? All right. Many of you just like enjoying things right now. Let me just say that's a phase you're in because you feel like a baby. You feel insecure. All right. You feel you're getting started. So when someone is feeding you, you're excited. That's why you see the feeding environment is so populated because people are babies. All right. But over time, they get disappointed because can I tell you one truth? Someone who's feeding you today is going to get a point in time. They're not going to feed you anymore. They might lose the attention of feeding you time and phase of market or something that is happening may change. They may go bad. They may get into their learning phase. They may get into a phase where what they're doing is no more working. And guess what? You have been victimized because if they are going down, you are going to be going down because why you were dependent on them all along. All right. One of the most instrumental thing that I've seen over the last a couple of years is I've grown communities, I've lost communities, and I see what really people need that they don't even know they need when they get started. That is why I made sure that when I'm giving you guys any signal or any trade idea or any trade opportunity, I do my best to make sure that you guys have a hang on how I'm preparing the food that I'm giving to you guys so that you can leverage the option of feeding with me on the dining table. But most importantly, I introduce the kitchen and the meal setups to you. So you know why? When I am not there, all right, when you are in my environment, you're not going to be someone who's thinking that I depend on you. There's a part of you where you're going to understand that I own a home, I own a kitchen that you can come and cook, you can understand feeding, you can feed yourself. That is one of the things that I want you guys to understand. Many of you wouldn't right now, but as you grow, you're going to understand that you had it all along. All right. So every trade idea, I send a chat. I send a chat and I do live session to do what I would send. So Prior this move, you guys remember, prior this move, the first analysis I did on a Monday morning was gold, where I broke gold down and I said gold is on a level. We went back, we started here. All right. You guys watch this. I said gold was at a level. Look at this. I said gold was at a level. So this is actually what? A sell range. All right. So gold came down on the sell trend, took away that sell range. Okay, for those of you that okay, for those of you on Instagram, what I need you to go. I'm on YouTube right now. You can go on YouTube. I came in live yesterday. So that you guys can, all right, be part of the session. So go on YouTube. All right. Or click the link in my bio and join the live session from our Telegram group. Bye. Okay. So market outlook gives you, because at the end of the day, if you want to trade this market, you want to know where your market is. So this is what I did. This was our sell range. This is a point of interest. And I said, is either the market is going to sell here, which it did at the end of the day, stole that. Okay. And now if I am here, just imagine, all right, if the market is here, what am I going to be looking out for? Market is on discount. I should be looking out for a buy. So that's why I told you guys on Monday that I am going to be looking out for a buy, and I analyze and I showed you how I want to buy. How do I want to buy? If you come into the smaller time frame right now, okay, so we saw it on the smaller time frame, okay. So this is the first point of interest. It came as down as to steal this. So market had already done this. And I said, okay, this candle, this buy is wearing there. Okay, when I analyze the market. But I said, okay, the next thing I'm going to watch out for, all right, is I'm going to watch out for a buy, but I'm going to be buying above, okay, this point of interest that it took away. Okay, but market was just somewhere around here, I think on Monday when we analyzed. Then we came into snipe, and I told this is when I sent the chart. Okay, I said if I'm only going to buy this market when it takes away. What's this? You guys tell me on the chart. Okay. So market had already done this, and I'm looking out for a buy. At what point do I buy a market that is trending for a sell? At what point? I said, oh, it has to change character. So this was a structure, all right? And this is what? A change of character. Okay, so this is a swing high. A change of character. I said the market takes this away, I'm going to buy. And if you guys go back into the Telegram channel, I sent this. After it broke, the news actually evaded everything. That news that happened on Monday, and you say you saw US 30, all of the other instrument, gold, BTC, everything evaded. Okay, and the only thing that I actually saw was gold. And I knew you guys would be looking at gold. I knew you guys were displaced based on that move, but gold wasn't too much. Gold was stubborn enough to just make this move. And I sent on the chart. Before you guys get on just jumping into the trade because it was late, and I told you guys, I sent on the chart. I said, wait, I'm going to wait for this market. I don't know why this cleaned. I said, if this market comes back, okay, I'm going to buy this area. Why? That's a break of structure. The market broke structure, changed character. That's a full, complete shift. So all I needed to do was market to come back into this range. Okay. And I said I was going to buy from here. All right. Did I send it on the chart? Yes or yes? Okay. Clean instruction for a guide to take this trade. There was a change of character already, market structure shift. Okay. On a smaller time frame. Okay. And there was a break of structure. Market came back to retest the structure. And guess what? Oh, let's even say you weren't looking at that trade. So this is a market structure. This is a price action trade. Okay. You came on the session yesterday. I already told you guys I am in. Okay. That's another confirmation. Okay. And I even gave you guys a snipe trade yesterday. All right. But based on our timeline on snipe actually happens between morning, all right, and 5 p.m. You guys is okay. I didn't take that trade, but that's our snipe. I said if this market breaks above this area, that's another what entry. That's why I gave this. And it actually did one-to-one. But if we're just looking at this, all right. So when you guys came, did it retest this area? Absolutely did. And this was the closing, that was entry. All right. Break, retest, close of a candle in your direction. That's entry. And guess what? This is one-to-one already. Okay. Yesterday's analysis fulfilled. This is good. How many pips is that? I don't even look at pip. I just look at the factor of one-to-one. All right. I'm saying this. I'm saying this for a reason. Okay. That's how I do all my charts. I'll tell you when I want to enter. I'll tell you what I'm buying. Okay. And it's just a simple rule. I'm not telling you anything that is of hidden of hidden knowledge. I'm telling you what I have taught you, and I'm doing it so that it reinforces your learning curve. That if I do it with you every day, all right, you're seeing how I'm doing it. It's going to reinforce your learning, except you don't want to learn. All right. It's the same way I'm going to look at US 500. Look, and the next thing I have to do is make a decision of my risk. It's as simple as that. Okay. So gold right now is either it's going to continue, but I fear gold is going to come back to retest this level. Okay. And push back up. It may do that, but if it doesn't, it want to complete this full run it did yesterday because it can. It already is whenever a market breaks a consolidation, it tends to retest, but it did not. So if I'm analyzing today, I'm going to be careful enough to wait for gold. You see that gold is going to relapse back to this area, all right, or probably even now. Another thing you guys have to understand is this is all the point of interest. Okay, it's going to sell. Let me tell you. All right, gold is far away from a sell value. The only way I can sell gold right now is actually when it changes character here. So sell is off the limit right now. It's already bullish. For it to sell, it needs to change character. This is a strong character. I can't take this. All right. This is not, there's really no structure attached to this. All right, but this is good. Okay. It means sell is away from it right now. We should be buying. Okay. So if you're looking at buying right now, you're buying. All right. It's this continuation is not a bad one. All right. But this is a breakout. So if we're looking structurally right now, so this is a of interest. Market has broken above. This is another place it's probably going to buy. So one thing you're going to see today is if the market hits this area, closes, that may be the buy. But guess what? Why I cannot buy? It's going to be very dangerous for me to buy gold right now. Okay. Even yesterday, I told you guys the risk was too much. All right. This will be more dangerous. Even if I buy here right now, where am I going to? The swing low is here. Can you guys see that gold is off limit for a buy right now? All right. Put 100 on chart. It's off limit. It took off already. That's why I paid attention to make sure you guys see the entry. In fact, I gave you guys, I repeated it many times because why? If you're waiting, sometimes trades can evade you, can leave you, but there are options to get in, and I made sure you guys understood those options yesterday. All right. Right now, so let me say this quietly. I need you guys to understand. Some things are tiring when it comes to trading. Some things are tiring. And one of those things I said it yesterday is waiting, doing your analysis and waiting for your options. It could be tiring. So people make bad decisions because something they've been waiting for left them. Because of the fear of missing out, they will make bad decisions. Okay. So when you're watching out for your trade, okay, it's one of the things I really want to talk about today. There's a level of, yes, you need to work with your fears because everybody has a fear of trading. But this is where you now give yourself rules and variables. Am I making sense? Give yourself rules. Now, when your trade leaves you, let it leave. Okay. But this part of you that would always, so let's say you're trading gold alone. Do you know that for like 2 weeks, at some point, I didn't get a trade on S&P 500 because why? I didn't play out anything. Okay. And that equity was just there, not growing. And I left it. I was trading other things that I were doing. But let's say you are a type of person, you don't have options of other equity. Do you know it will get a point in time you feel tired of trading? You get exhausted when you're not seeing options to trade because you're limited. I mean, if you understand what I'm saying. All right. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to get tired. You're going to guess what you might do? You say, okay, let me change to another currency. You started breaking. Okay. So there is something, I need everyone to write the word flexible. All right. I'll track it. What's the time? It's 8:55. Okay, good. So I come back. So before I come back on go, because if I get to start what I'm talking about right now, okay, you guys would probably think, okay, we're supposed to be doing marketing. I'm already doing marketing side. Okay, so gold, there is no option for a buy on gold because gold already took off. Now imagine you missed it on Monday. You missed it again. Do you know that some buys, if you miss it, it will take another 2 weeks or 1 week before you can get another good buy? All right. That's the way the market is doing right now because now I can buy here. Okay. The only time I could buy is I can buy here because why? The market broke here. So the next buy on gold is going to be when it comes back here. All right, so you guys note this right now. That next buy. Why? Because the risk is what healthy. The risk is not as bad as it should be. Okay, because why? It broke structure most of the time when the market is on an uptrend. The previous ceiling is what? A support. So this is a break of structure risk. So this also goes for this because why? This is actually good risk for what? The next high. So this is another opportunity for gold. If it doesn't transition and continue back up, okay, then this is what it's going to do. So this is my analysis on this is price action, but I'm doing it on our, sorry, I'm doing it on our, okay, hold on. Let me just quickly do this. So you guys don't make a mistake. Let me do here. So if you guys notice, I said if it breaks, retest this, I'm going to buy. It did not retest. It already took flat. So this is the same thing we're going to be waiting for. It's still valid. So the focus right now is on the buy until it change character. Okay. Or then change this character. This is going to be my buy point, and this is going to be my risk point. Okay. No snipe no snipe on gold today. I already made it. I just made it clear. No snipe on gold today. For you to sell, gold needs to take away this. Are you going to dare to sell gold? Just say gold come back and take away this right now. This is going to be your risk point. Would you dare to sell gold? You are. Except you're saying raw. All right. Gold is on a bullish trend. So snipe plus, which is what I do on the live session. Okay. Oh, raw. You don't have to ask me for raw. Raw does not have an asking option. You don't need analysis for raw. You just follow the rules. As long as there is one to one and it breaks the first candle, that is raw. Okay. As long as there is one to one, you're not using any price action activity on raw, so you don't have to ask for raw. Okay. Except you are not confident in the raw. Are you doing a variation of raw? You are. Okay, the first candle has not opened, but peradventure the first candle opens right now. So let's say opens for sell. Okay, breaks that first candle. There is an option to sell because why? The previous day low is here. So there is range. Okay, same goes to what? The previous day high. So both trades on raw has a buy and a sell. Okay. Just needed my opinion. You know, I don't give opinion on raw. Why are you asking for it? Except you are using my opinion on plus to validate your raw, and that makes you a criminal. All right. Makes you a sniper criminal. So, are you guys when we put 100 on the chat? So gold, we're looking at a buy. So this is my buy point. All right. I gave you guys here. So you guys can take a screenshot of this. It's gonna be fast. So we're far away from trades on gold. Okay. We may be seeing something on S&P 500. It's still consolidating. So we're gonna analyze, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into the chart. Okay. I'm on GU. I'm still on GUs. All right. GU is still dribbling. Okay. It almost took us out on our SL yesterday, but it's still dribbling. It's still within a range of a trade. So if it snipes for a sell today, that's another trade. Okay. But we're still looking at it. So it has the option. So it's trapped on the buy side. Okay, because the range to the buy side may not be as healthy. Let's just see how it opens today. Okay, I'll let you guys know how the session goes. Are we ready for what I said I was going to share? Okay. BTC. Someone asked me a question on BTC. Okay. I need you guys to look at something very safely. Yes, something happened. Watch this. You guys saw this. This was what happened. I analyzed this market on a Monday. Look at what I said. I said if this market breaks, retest this area, what's going to happen? That was what I was looking for. What is all of this? All right. It broke. It came back, retested the same structure. And guess what it did? It moved. opportunity was given yesterday on BTC, and I saw someone actually took it. Was it Evelyn? All right. You bought, was it buy you bought yesterday? Or what? No, I think I saw sell. Okay, but this was the buy option. It happened. Eventually, the price came back to the action. Okay, the structure it broke. Boom. And that's what I was looking for. Break, retest, because we analyzed when the market was here. All right. Um, so I have something strong. Before we get into the insights for the other pair as the market opens on the first 15 minutes. So I have the first 15 minutes for the candles to show us direction or uh, consideration. There was something that was brewing in my mind. I said, okay, how am I going to pass this across? Okay, and a lot of people are busy. A lot of people in this environment. I think the word that comes to me is busy. There's a question that came, all right. Many people are not working in their need, they are working on survival. I need you guys to listen carefully because time is your greatest asset. You may be here today because you had the opportunity to come in, not because you really plan to be here. Okay, let me just show up in this session. Okay, this message is for you because if you do not know the value of time, okay, and how people have wasted, because what's showing in your bank account today is a reflection of how much value you placed on your time and you invested your time in the right options, in the right asset. Okay, and that asset is going to give you a return on investment, which shows up in your bank account. Okay, if I'm looking at my journey today, it's just accumulation of investing time in the right asset. So everybody has money, but not everybody knows how to invest simply because of a consciousness. Survival, the distraction of survival. Anybody who's doing 9 to 5 today, if the question of 9 to 5 is about wealth, that's misplaced priority. Because 9 to 5 doesn't create wealth, it creates an option. And the biggest option in a 9 to 5 is survival. Many people are doing 9 to 5 today, not because they don't have the potential to be rich or grow wealth, but because they only contend with surviving. I want to survive. I want to take care of my family. I want to. Now, this message is it's a little bit going to be pricky. All right. Some of you, it will prick your emotions. If you're a stubborn person, it's going to prick your emotions. Okay, but we just have to listen to ourselves. We are the ones that can tell ourselves the truth. Okay. But I'm going to tell you a hack. Not that it makes a lot of sense, but I just figured out. Okay, just so you guys know. How many of you are here today in the world we live in right now? Around you, has anybody died of hunger? You know. Be very honest with me. There's a trick in survival. Okay. Or here in your country that people died of hunger. Can I tell you one trick? All right. Not that it's going to make a lot of sense, but in the message, as the message goes, you find it very useful. Uh, do you know that by natural biology, nature was designed to sustain you? Put one if you understand the question. By the natural scheme of things, nature was designed to sustain you. Something is holding onto your life consciously, whether you're conscious of it or not. And I tell you how I know. A madman loses his brain, but never dies. Doesn't worry about how I'm going to live, I'm going to feed, Do you know one of the greatest stealer of dreams is the anxiety of survival? It steals your consciousness and it has a strong emotion. You lose yourself when you get into the anxiety of survival. And it beckons a scripture. I kind of understand the scripture and say, be anxious for nothing, but in all things. Say, lose yourself from anxiety, but in all things, through prayer and supplication, with your request known, made unto God. All right, with thanksgiving. It's trying to tell, sometimes we do not understand the construction of instruction. That's an instruction, actually. Be anxious for nothing. Like he says, guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it are the issues of life. All right. If you put anxiety, you have killed you. Anxiety kills your ability to function in productivity. Anxiety makes you make wrong decisions to retrain rather than attack. A lot of people are not attacking life, they are defending survival. And the question I ask myself is, see, I put myself to a test. I'm very, and I say this because this is the only way I can reflect myself as a coach, as a mentor. Guess what? I've made decisions that affected my survival, but at some point I had to make a choice. I say these things often, okay, but many of you don't realize if you make a tough decision, something is at stake. And one of the strongest things many people are afraid of is their survival, their job, how they're going to take care of their family, how they're going to, how go, is standing in your way of liberty, that anxiety of survival. Now, it has measures, maybe mostly when you come into family, you have children. There are certain things you can't do no more, all right? Because the anxiety is no more you alone. There's now a basket of other people attached to you as the head of the family, mostly men, all right? It's not strong, but there's always a way to deal with it. Okay, but there's always a way to deal with it. Now, my way I dealt with mine when I was a young adult may not be your way. You're going to deal with it right now as a father, a business person, or someone starts starting an industry. Coming into Forex and trading Forex has its own poise of anxiety if you are not careful, and I'll come to that. Okay, so let me tell you one of the things I did when I made the decision to get into this journey of growth. The first thing I did is quit my job. I'm just going direct. Okay. When I decided to transition into faith, building self, all right, changing the narrative of who I was, the first thing that stood in my way is that I had to lose a circle and I had to stop walking. That's the first thing I did. First gamble I played with God. And it was the best decision I made. 4 months later, what I did not earn in the whole year structure, I made in 4 months because I played that gamble. Nature. See, let me be very honest with you. Not because I want to be spiritual, but as someone who have walked a path that many have walked, and I made changes, and I've seen it's not because I was lucky, because I've tried it several times and I worked with it with other people that I've mentored. See, abundance is not for a person, it's in the environment. Abundance is not for some people. Okay, plenty is not created for some people. When you walk into an abundant environment, we cannot take. The only thing you have to do is make yourself available to take it. A lot of people are not available, they are trapped. If you liberate yourself, you will get into it. Okay, you cannot have a negative mindset and pursue abundance. It cannot work. Okay, when you are in anxiety, that's a negative mindset. When you're thinking of how am I going to do this, you are already on a negative threshold. Okay, but that liberty of trust, faith in something beyond, what a lot of people are not trying to do, and this is really where everything lies. A lot of people think they can figure it out and take care of life by themselves. That is the burden of responsibility. But at some point, when you can't figure it out and take it back, lose yourself and just figure out how you can trust. That is what a lot of people don't have the capacity to do. I'm not here to talk about faith, all right? But there is a wisdom in process. So I want to be able to bring a process. I made a decision, okay? And I pursued that. I focused and locked in on this. What am I supposed to do? Okay. I needed to be in a place. I made myself available in that place. I needed to study. I made myself study. I needed to practice. I made myself practice. But the consequence of that is, how am I going to feed? How am I going to sustain myself? Those factors, those questions were there, but I made the decisions anyway. And guess what? The proof of the right structure played out and evaded that anxiety. I bring this to why I'm saying all of this. When you make a decision that you want to become a six-figure trader or you want to become a trader in the first place, guess what? The curve learning of trading, I heard something on the internet and somehow people don't talk about it. Trading requires your time. How many of you know that now? Trading requires your time. If you really want to be a trader, except you want to invest in trading, okay, you can leverage, you can stick to leverage, stay on leverage, okay, and you can benefit from the fruit of leverage if you have a good leverage system. But if you want to be a trader as a profession, as someone who want to use this to scale into finance, you want to hone this skill and use it to build structures, which is what a lot of you are doing, because not many people are investors. Because why? You don't even qualify to be an investor. Many of you are trading like you are investors. No, you are not. Okay. You've been given an option to tap into a process to build structures and systems that would give you, all right, earning income, retainable income, and duplicative income through trading. Trading is one system that gives you that. All right. But what the approach some of you are using is that you have options. And where there is no focus, there is the presence of distraction. Excuse me. So, and sometimes people, like I've always told you, track your, now I'm telling you this, I've told you many things, track your efforts. You say, where the treasure of a king is, his heart is there. That's talking about intentionality and focus. Now, if you track your effort, everybody is busy. At the end of 24 hours, 11 p.m. your time, before you get to, okay, well, some people sleep early. Before you get to bed, track your effort. What did you put effort in? Many of you are not good business people. You're not good in transaction. Okay. And guess what? Many people don't trust God, but they have faith that God will come true. It doesn't work that way. You don't trust God, but you are having faith and hope that God will come true. Just put what I feel in, and how you're treating that is how you're treating life. Okay, there's a reason I'm saying this. Many people have hope in life because when you check what they do, the only thing you can find is that they have hope because it's not structural. Life is structural. What you invest is what you get. Okay, but so many people don't invest, and guess what? They are pursuing financial freedom, but they're not investing in financial freedom. Come on, that's a gamble. Is either it's a gamble or it's hope. You're trusting in hope. Let hope come true. Hope is structure. That's why it's faith. Faith is structure. Faith is not hope. Faith is evidence. Faith works on evidence. Faith is a justice system. Grace is a gift, but faith is justice. Faith works on structure. Many, there's no way I'm going to say this. I see people suffering. And when I really look at them, they have what it takes to win. They have what it takes to win. They have what it takes to blow. There's something else that is coming from this, my conversation. Take our time. We still have a couple of minutes. All right. I've always talked about hunger. I've always talked about direction. Okay. But you see, these things, they don't matter to people who do not reflect on tracking effort. So at the end of 24 hours, you check, what did I do today? And you put pen on paper and you track your productivity and you track where your attention went. And if all of your effort went on your job, all right, and there was no other string of investment in something on the sideway, you are in trouble. You are dangerous. And I could say you are wicked to your own self. I don't joke when someone who's in the place of abundance is gambling away time. Because at the end of the day, ignorance is not going to qualify. Okay, because why? I said that boldly. If you invest in your job, what is the potential of your job financially? Everybody talk to me right now. Like I said, what I'm doing here right now is going to preach some people. What is the potential of your job system? How much are you getting paid? If you scale your salary or you scale your commissions around your job, 5 years from now, is that where you want to be? Do you see the potential of your dreams in that job? That's a question to everyone. All right. Or to the person I'm talking to. The answer would always come to no. A job is a tool, is an anchor, is an extension, is a platform for something else. Okay, except you own a share, you own that job. All right, like I have a job right now. My job is to empower your mind to be creative, to be productive, to empower your finances. It's a job for me right now, but I own it. Okay, and I invest my time here. Okay, now it's the same things. I use the job. It's not really about the job. It's really about your time. Wherever you put it, what's the potential? What track your energy? So even if you run a business, I like what Bisola said. Okay, not to be condescending, but I want you guys to realize something. That business, if you track the time you put in that business and the potential of that business, a lot of people are running business. They're not structuring business. They're running on effort. They're not putting systems to business. They're just putting it to sole proprietors. You're putting in your time, your effort. Can I tell you one truth? A business and a job is just a little bit different. All right. A job is that you're working for someone. A business is that you're working for yourself. Do you understand? But they have the same, if they both have the same structure, you're also doing the same thing. True or true? You cannot create wealth by yourself, period. It takes systems and structures to create wealth. I hope you guys know that, right? That's why you cannot work to become wealthy. All right. And you cannot run a business to become wealthy. You can be rich. Wealth is transitional. Wealth is not about you. Wealth is legacy. So when I'm talking this type of talk, I'm not talking to someone who wants to make a lot of money and be rich. All right, because why? You can do that in forex. You can run a business and become rich. You can buy coin and you can do some certain things that can make you rich. Okay, so I don't have a problem. There's never been a problem with people being rich. The problem with people, all right, is actually leaving a legacy and becoming wealthy, all right, and not transferring the baton for other people to come and continue the same race they ran, okay, because now they've done their part. I have enjoyed my life. I go, what about your children? What about your family? What about those you're responsible for? Will they keep doing the things you're doing? Will they be as smart as you are? What if you could keep something that could what? Sustain them, all right, and your money won't count. All right, the houses my father would have built, they don't count for me today. It's just a matter of time I would have sold them and do something I want to do today. So everything you think you're building yourself that doesn't have a system, it doesn't really count after 10 years from now, 20 years from now. You may not know that, but that's true. Am I making sense? So it's really about if I track my effort of time, because the truth is about decision. You're a product of the decision. And you're going to have a sustainable result from a decision. But how do you get a good decision? Okay, you need to prioritize your time. So if I'm working, so I want to give you guys a block of 5. I need you guys to write a block of 5. A block of 5. This is a concept that I've put into, and I'm still working today. All right, I'm working on it today, and it's helped me. Okay, it's helped me. It's a consciousness because making a good decision needs effort. Faith is built on the structure of effort. What you do, what you give to life is what you get. If you invest in the right asset, you will get the right result. Okay. Now, making a decision to invest right, there is something that you're going to fight, the problem and the anxiety of survival. Okay. A lot of people are doing things just to survive. The wealthy person makes a tough decisions and scale themselves beyond their comfort zone. Okay. You have to make a decision that it's either I die or I live. Okay. I rather die trying to live than live trying to not die. Do you get what I just said? No, you guys didn't catch that. Because that is what the majority of people are doing. Okay. They are trying to live, not to die. I rather die trying to live and live not to die. That's what is hindering some people's decision. So what is really this decision? Someone comes into trading. Let's say that person is doing work, or you're doing business, or you're doing something else. Okay, some people have been in this environment for 5 years. They don't have proof of both. Their work, they've not changed. In fact, they are trying to do this trading. In fact, they are more interested in this trading because they think, oh, I should have focused more time. But what happened in the beginning of that 5 years? They were not clear on the decision they are making. All right. So let me use a narrative to give you a block of five. A block of 5 years. How many of you have been working for more than 5 years? All right. You've been working for more than 5 years. I believe everyone have. If you're not been working for more than 5 years, I'll question. Yeah, good. So track what you've done in 5 years working for money. Track it. So many of you, this is so little to track, but some of you, you even tell you've been working for 20 years. Track what you've done. See, by their fruit, you know them. So if you do not believe in the information that is being sold to you by mentors, coaches, all right, people that have gone ahead of you, that there is no future in work, and even okay, so let's take that aside. Use yourself. You've been working for 5 years, and when you started working, you had plans. You will save. All right, you're gonna do. Have you really done those things? Are you where you want to be? Be honest with me, friends. That security you thought what was gonna give to you, do you have it? Everyone talk to me, all right? All works are different. Okay, 5 years. If in 5 years you do not see a sense of security, then you should evaluate your priority for that work. It's as simple but hard as that. Even if I take it to 10 years, it's to be some of you have been working for 10 years, but you finally realize that you're not trapped just to earn the money. Not it is not what you thought about. But that is what it has always been. Why is that thing stealing you away from planning a future? Now imagine if you deliberately, right? Just a moment. So the problem is not trading, fam. I want to tell you. Hold on. There's no sense. Please can call. The problem is not trading. The problem is the decision of the trader. Where is the heart of the trader? They are, they are, they are complex in that decision. They're complex with that decision. The decision has to be free. It has to be slight. It has to be on flight mode. Okay. So when I made the decision to become a trader, it was a decision to become a person. It was a decision to invest the next. So I actually started with 2 years. All right, 2 to 3 years. Okay. It's recently I grew to the form because I made a mistake, even short timing the time. All right. I made mistakes and I learned from them. Right now, I'm working a block of five. If I make a decision to develop or structure of profession, all right, understanding the ecosystem of trading for the next 5 years, I'm going to give it time, resource. When I say time, all right, I'm not saying 24 hours. I'm talking about consciousness. I want to build something in trading. I don't just want to experience trading because that's what some of you are doing. You are somewhere and you're just experiencing trading. The question you need to ask yourself, do you really need to experience trading from that somewhere? Or you need to now experience that somewhere and be in trading? Because guess what? Can I tell you this truth? It's a guarantee. I can tell you with the depth of my heart. If you develop the same thing, effort, mindless, unconscious effort you put into your life, in work, in business, in whatever you're doing, if in 5 years you do not see that security, do it with trading. Do it with trading, and in 2 years you will see security. It's a guarantee I give you. I don't even need to train you to do that. The only thing you have to do is have access. You already do. Just like you have a boss. I employed you. The same, if I employ you in this environment right now, or let me not even use the word employment, you school, many of you are graduates. Just see the effort you put into school. You put into writing exams. You put into being excellent in class. There's an accountability system in school, true or true. Your test is an accountability system. Your exams are accountability system. Your project are accountability system. You see what you did through school. All right. And you made sure you come excellent because both people were watching you. Your school system was being accountable. Your parents had an expectation of you or whatever. You have an expectation of yourself. You want to come out light. Just imagine there was no return on investment on that. Nobody was paying you. That if you pass this exam, I'll pay you money. Did anybody do that? Was there an incentive to that? They only deceived your mind that if you come out with good grades, you're going to get a good job. So that was your incentive. How stupid and foolish we were. They were able to catch our attention, and we did that regardless. Survival was not a concept. You gave it your all. If you do that, and many of you did that for 15 years, just to get nothing. But you succeeded. If you do that for the next, I'm not saying 2 years. Block out that 5 years, I want to go to school I want to go to school of finance. I want to go to school. In 2 years, you would have proof of security. I promise you. If you use the same consciousness, attention is what pays you. Okay? Are you guys with me? Put 100 on chat. If you could just lose yourself and say, oh man, this is cool. Nobody's paying me. Forget that account you have. Nobody. You paid school fees. That's your fund. You funded accounts. Many of you repeated class. You paid again. You funded account. You blew account. You failed. But you kept going till you finish. You didn't stop because you were failing. Did you do that? That is, you know why you did that? Because you had already been programmed to do that. And you lived in that program. You accepted the future of that program and you finished strong only to fail. You finished into failure. But that was a success because you planned it and you did it. Why don't deliberately install the same template? Because that is really all that's what I feel. See, many people are running a race, but not everybody is running to win. Okay, the last thing I'm going to share in this, are you guys getting the whole idea of this conversation? Attention. Okay. Are you guys getting the whole idea? All right. Let me know in the chat. Put in 50. Because what it will just take you is make a decision. And guess what? I'll be here in the next 5 years, not as I am right now. But you may have access to me in the next 5 years. And I probably will be doing a training. And guess what? You're going to be trying to figure out if you do not figure out today. So you do not lose yourself. Many of you have the time. You don't have the attention. You have the time, but you don't have the attention. You don't have the attention to scale of survival. You care too much about survival. It's holding you down. But I'm helping you with a decision. Because why? I'm a logical person. I'm a logical coach. Okay. Decisions they're not cheap. As much as it sounds, it's not cheap. It's hard. But it has to be layered on something. A consciousness and awareness. Say you may know the truth, it will make you free. Freedom comes at a cost. Okay. So what do I do? I've done this thing over a period of 5 years. There has been no proof of it. I can trust it if it has given me a proof on a block of 5. I can trust to scale. If you've started a business in 5 years, you do not see a foundation of scaling. When I say scaling, it means there's been a proof of something you can scale. Because if you have an opportunity to scale, that's wealth. But you can't scale a job. So if you're running a business, okay, in 5 years, that business should not depend on you. But if it still depends on you, this is when you should be planning scaling. If you do not have a foundation of scale, go get a mentor, go get somebody for that business. Go get it means you've been doing it wrong. If you've been doing a business, it's all dependent on you, you are scared. All right. You are still in the rat race. And guess what? You will grow old and you get tired. Your children cannot inherit that business. Am I talking to someone? So it's not just about the business. It's not about, it's the function of my attention. What am I paying into? Do I have proof? If I don't have proof, I can change. It's okay to change. Everybody does not need to become a Forex trader. Even the Forex I'm talking about today, fam, I am not a Forex trader. Forex trader is my attention and access point. Forex trading is my vehicle to impact in the financial race. Okay, this is where my chariot leads me. This is where a lot of people want to. This is where a lot of people are deceived. So I have a way to help. So this is where I function. Okay, that's why I have other businesses. I have other streams of income. I sent you guys something yesterday. You guys don't understand. Many of you don't want to hear. The biggest businesses come from a place of commission. If you are here today, you are not earning commission. You're not in the class of wealth. You're not in the school of wealth. All right. You're running against time because why? People pay you, services pay you. So it's either you have them or you invest in them. You own in shares of them. All right. Buy shares, buy real estate, but do all of these things just to earn commission, dividends, royalties. So when you sleep, money does not depend on you. Money is working for you. Okay, so it takes the function of your first 20 years as an entrepreneur to build structures that can earn you commissions, that can earn you dividends, that can earn you royalties. If you miss it in that 20 years, wasting it working, guess what? You're losing life. I promise you, I tell you the truth. It may be hard, but that's truth. Many of you have lost it. You're trying to gain it. But if you're young here, don't lose it. Some are old here. They're trying to figure out how they could redeem time. It's harder for them, but not for the young ones. Okay, but there's also hope for the old. All you just need to do is a block of 5. You only need 5 years to redeem every time you've lost. I promise you, you only need 5 years to redeem. Do you have 5 years? Every one of you here right now. Do you have 5 years? If you have 5 years, I can help you with this journey. But this journey requires your time. It doesn't matter how old you are. Okay. And I can remind you this, many of you think 5 years is long, but guess what? You've been in this journey of financial freedom for the last 10 years. Almost everybody on this call. Am I correct? But you are still here. So 5 years is not long. 5 years. Invest the next 5 years like a school structure. And what you want to do is basically just follow instructions. Don't be aggressive. Don't care about how you're going to live. Don't care about how Forex is going to pay you, but rather now work for Forex. Let everything you do out there, all right, be for the reason of staying here for the next 5 years. Put your attention here for the next 5 years. Put your intention, your attention, everything. Let it be your house. Let it be when they say where the treasure of a king is that is here. Let it be your where your heart is. Let every other thing be leveraged so that you can stay here. So if you work, plan your income around so that you can invest it well here. Let everything you do be here. Focus here because at the end of the day, you have to, every rich person has to play a gamble in life. It's called risk. There's a risk you need to take. There's a sacrifice you need to make. Okay. It's either you are not willing to make the sacrifices because you're scared of not surviving. Okay. Or you make this sacrifice, die to survive. You die to live a better life. Okay. It's as hard and simple as that. Attention. So what brings your attention is what will 5 years give to you if you really do it? What will 5 years give to you? It's not hope. I'm not telling you hope. It can work in 5 years. If you work your first year, your sexy, it's a gamble. It's a bet I'll play with you. If you work your first year, your second year will sustain you more than your job. Whatever you're doing right now as a form of income will sustain you 10 times of that. If you want to place that bet with me, I could bet you the next 2 years. Whatsoever your income is right now, you make times 10 of it in 2 years' time. Is that proof enough? Is that challenging enough? What's your base income right now from what you do? Write it down. Multiply it times 10. Does it challenge you? If you're working or you're running a business right now, okay, whatsoever you do for income right now, okay, multiply it times 10 against 24 months. Does it challenge you? The human mind needs a reason. I'm just trying to give you one. Not many of you are answering. Because at the end of the day, if you follow a blueprint and you are diligent for your first year, you will achieve it in your second year. I gave you guys a blueprint at the beginning of the year, okay, to at least get into 6 figures over the next 24 months. And if you could hold that figure, it means, all right, let's imagine you have a 200K equity and you have been able to, over the last 2 years, build a system and a structure of doing between 5 to 10%. All right. 10% of 200K is $20,000. If you compound $20,000 monthly for a year, you're going to be excited. You're going to be different. Would you still say you are on survival if you're earning that kind of money? I just need everybody to listen. When we say it's possible, it's not hope, it's proof. I speak from a place of proof. There will be mistake along the line. But why I have conviction on the place of proof, because I come now from a place of truth. We did things when we started, we did things anyhow in trading. We just we misbehaved. We were here and there, but there was no structure. What I've focused on over the last couple of years, I've tried out things, I've done a lot of things, and I've resolved to one thing: a structure to proof of result. That if you start here and you were able to do what here requires, there is a guarantee of here. It's not an option. It will happen. The only thing is you and your investment, because at the end of the day, when you saw that blueprint I gave, how many of you can still reflect on the blueprint for 2026 I gave? If you apply that blueprint, it's not a game of luck. If you could apply, and guess what? You may not apply it in your first year. But if you stick on it, you may make mistake, you may have flaws, you may feeble out. But guess what? The whole idea is to be able to come in time with succeeding with that blueprint. It's going to be difficult. But if you give yourself to, even if it takes you 3 years, will it be worth it? After 3 years, you have a structure of hundreds of thousands of equity, and you are now, like if someone say, oh, man, I wish you guys know the future of my mentorship. I said something to my wife yesterday. I said, we were evaluating our last 3 months. And I want to ask you guys this question. How has our last 3 months been? Does it look like it is based on luck, right, family? What I am doing with you guys, is it based on luck? Does our result look like luck? Is it hidden? No, you guys are not talking right. I need you guys to talk from your heart. So I know, and guess what? Whatever feedback you guys give to me, I'll work on it because I'm going somewhere. There's where I am going with the structure. Okay. I want to be able to identify with the vision for the community. What we are doing, is it a variable of luck or is consistent? It's consistent, it's built on a foundation, and the foundation is open, is accessible. What's wrong with you? If that is true, what's wrong with you? You know what I want to do? I should be able to point the finger at you and you will believe it's all about you. That is what I want to achieve with what I am doing. Because at some point in time, traders feel we were there. They make excuse. Every form of excuse you're making for yourself, I would eliminate it. That's my goal. So that when you make this decision that you want to do this, you can trust. Trust is what I am building. I want you to trust in a process. That if you give your life, if you make this decision of survival and you decide to come in here, you'll be able to trust that it works. Because it's hard to make that decision. Trust the process of learning. Are you guys trusting my process of training? That's a big question. Are you guys trusting my transparency? No hidden clause. Then are you guys trusting the result? I could be good as a trader, but my result should reflect me. You don't need my cars. You don't need my lifestyle. If that is what is inspiring you, you're a gambler, you're a thief. You need a process that is transparent, that has a foundation. And that is what I am offering you. And I'm doing it with you. It's not that I taught you. It's easy to teach, but influence is needed. So when I come and I do it with you, I'm influencing you, I'm mentoring you. I'm giving you a reinforcement of confidence that, oh, it's easier to do because I'm seeing someone who's doing it. I could give you direction to a place, but you will meet obstacles. But when I take you on my own vehicle, I'm driving you there, you can sleep. I'm doing all of that so that you could make this decision. But guess what? You're not making the decision because there's an anchor. Something is, you're still gambling within survival. And that's why I decided to talk about that today. At some point, you need to gamble the right asset. Put your investment in the right asset. Okay? If trading is going to work for you, you need to work yourself. You need to apply yourself. Forget the means you've been doing. Don't try to earn money. That is not the instant gratification you need. You need to be successful. And for you to be successful, you need to be successful in split decision day in, day out. You see those things, this is what you're working on. Your decision to enter that trade, was it a successful decision? It's not the money you made out of that trade that is a successful decision. It's not the account you grew. Because guess what? I've seen a lot of people grow account and they lost it. And they never learned from it. If I lose an account today, I can tell you why I lost the account. Yeah, with laughter and everything, I can tell you. Because guess what? It is based on a structure. And that is what I want you guys to build. That is what we want to build. All right. But would you give it time, trust, process? I'm asking a lot, but I don't even need to ask. I can keep giving you what I'm doing right now. I don't need to tell you what I'm telling you, but because my intention of my doings, what I do I do it for a reason. If I'm not successful with the reason, I'm going to feel empty, even if I have results. Because what I'm doing should be changing lives. True or true? The kind of result should be changing your experience. If it is not, something is wrong. That's why I keep searching for how I can inspire you so that you could shift your decision because we have it. It's working. Trading has been made easy. Now it's affordable. What's the excuse? Like for real, you guys tell me, is there any excuse a trader who's willing to win and to learn has when they come to us? If someone comes to you and they have a problem of learning how to trade, building trading structures, the right philosophy, the right psychology, skill set, and money management, which is the core foundation every trader needs. If someone comes to you, do you have proof that you could solve that problem? Do you guys have it? So what's wrong? What's wrong? If you do not track that thing that is wrong within yourself, nothing will change on the outside. Just track it, sleep with it, meditate with it, look at the mirror and really ask yourself, how do I change my survival instinct? Because that is the only thing I figured out is distorting dreams. The great distorter of dreams is survival instinct. Just stop trying to survive. Because why? Your greatest attention and emotions is hinged on survival. A man has this best superpower to survive if they misplace the priority. Okay? Food will come today. You will look back 3 years from now, your family was sustained. Even if you fail, take the pride of failure just because you're doing the right thing. There's some shame you should take today just for the glory of tomorrow. Stop trying to see. There's one thing I made a decision. I will not protect a poor shame. You gotta go what I said. Many of you are trying to avoid the shame that is poor. At the end of the day, there is no wealth in that shame. I know the burden of a man. I cannot compare it to that of a woman, but I know the burden of a man to make some tough decisions. It's not really, sometimes it's not really about shame. It's somehow tied to ego. It's somehow tied to, uh, how would I call it? Attachment. There are certain things you've done over a period of time to be detached with them. It's almost like it's part of you. I know what comes with it, but sometimes you should do things to be shamed because shame in itself is a propeller. Okay, shame in itself. And I'll say this and go into the chat. I had a visitor, a family friend that came to our house, and yeah, celebration and everything. And something was said, you know, what has inspired from the core foundation, what has inspired your success? Family wise, into family man. There's something that came to mind. When I said it, it was remarkable. When I was dating my wife, she had a sister, almost like a family member. She put it to my face that I was not enough. She told her, what are you doing with this boy who doesn't have an apartment, doesn't even have an house, he's squatting with his brother? She didn't hide it. That was my shame. I was motivated. The only reason, one of the core reasons, I said I was going to prove you wrong. Now, she can't even call my name. She would always add a prefix of honor because I accepted that shame, that shame. That's from family. I'm the pillar of the whole family now. I didn't just prove to her the whole family. I'm the pillar of the family right now. Because something inspired me. I'll just prove you wrong. I knew something was in me. You're not seeing it right now, but I'll prove you wrong. Sometimes it's okay to accept the shame. All right. That was family. Another beautiful shame I accepted in the core areas of my growth financially. At some point, I was dependent on my pastor financially to do core things. Help me because I am relevant. I thought, okay, I was entitled. There was something that was very, very important to me at the time. I think it was all about school when I was schooling. Okay, I decided to go to school when I started working. I went back to school, you know. But at some point in time, I couldn't afford my school fees. It was very, very important. I went to my pastor and I told him, I just told him, and he told me something very fierce. He said, Kenry, you've grown past the stage where I can support you. I left that conversation with tears, pain, anger, but I made the right decision. I said, Pastor, I didn't tell him, but I told myself this would be the last time I'll beg from you. I forfeited my school that season. I lost it. I think there was something I was going to do. I think I didn't. Thank God I was going to a school that is on open university. It cost me a lot. I lost what I was trying to go for. I lost it. I didn't have to hold on to it. I didn't have to go beg another person. If you don't do it, another person. No, I left. I lost it. I accepted the shame. But that was the last time. In fact, after that time, I became the biggest partner in our church. That pain was an instrument. That shame was an instrument that propelled me to a new decision. And I just hope that what I've done will help you make that same decision. It's not pain. I may not be able to give you that pain, but I can tell you, sometimes you just have to lose yourself. That thing you put so much emotions, all right? That thing you put so much emotions doing, we get on. You may not be able to do it today, but you do it tomorrow. You should get yourself right. Okay. That's my truth. I don't know if you guys have any question, but that's my message this morning. Oh, sorry, let me drop a message. Are you guys me? Okay. Make that right decision. Let this between now and the end of this month, sit with yourself, reprioritize, reappraise yourself, the things you do, and just make a tough decision that I want to go. If all in is a scary word, all right, because all in, some people think they have a very strong baggage, they can't bring in. Just bring in an attention that is required. I don't ask too much from you as a coach, as a mentor, as someone who's building a community with you. I don't ask too much. Do I? Just show up for the classes. You will learn. Just put in the practice, follow the instructions. You would earn. Leverage me to earn. Leverage yourself to learn. Put in this attention. It's not, I don't think that's too much. We're not doing, yeah, maybe it's long in some session. I know it's exhausting. I take 2 hours in session, but guess what? It's going to stop soon. All right. You see these things I'm doing? It's going to stop soon. Okay. I'm doing it more. If you notice, I'm spending more time with you guys right now because I'm phasing out this phase is phasing out. Okay. It's not going to be more practical, but I'm giving you the best of my message. So when I am not out here always reminding you consistently, you will know that, oh, I gave you the structure, because now we're going to be working on a template of structures that are built. What I've been building with you guys now is going into form of practice. We're going to be more practical, logical in nature than more training in nature. So it is time to practice, lead by the structures we've created. So I may not really be this reminder that is telling you that you need to put this in. I may not be there, except my core, people who are wholly connected to myself. But I'm not going off the scene, but I'm just trying to tell you that this phase of consistently trying to put the message into your head, it's a lot. All right, we're changing modes. Okay, but I'm going to just at least once a week, we're going to be doing something about this type of trainings and structures. But I don't know if you guys have any question. We're going to take now. Wow. I already know. I just wanted to convince you guys. Okay, I already know this week. From Monday, I already knew it was going to be a tough trading week. This is a week where you can take holidays because the market moved wrongly and it may take the next 2 weeks to correct that move. So I can tell you this for free. And I did it on Monday. If only you can go back and watch Monday. The market did not complete its liquidity before this reversal. So guess what? Market may come back and complete this liquidity. Why you think the market is all bullish right now? It may come back. That liquidity did not complete that I showed you guys on Monday. It may come back. And guess what? If you are now trusting in this present price action, break or structure, change of carry, there's a liquidity on that I did not. So sometimes taking trades from the place of market structure point of interest can change a narrative, but we cannot always apply that because it may take a while. So we're always moving with this. That's why I love the London Breaker Sniper. It just helps you move with what's happening. But at the end of the day, the scope of market would affect the structure. So anytime you see that the trend is performing abruptly, you will know that a liquidity problem is there. And I'm helping you guys understand with time, you guys will understand more. So it's going to come a time it's not just about the snipe. So we're going to move. So I presently agree that we are on Snipe Plus. We're going to move to Snipe Premium. Premium is going to be different. All right. So Snipe Plus is still structural. Premium is going to be by choice and decision. I'm going to move into where there is the snipe, everything I've aligned, but I'm not taking the trade based on this concept of liquidity. That's going to be premium. And guess what? It's going to be epic. You guys are going to love it. All right. You're going to transition into another level of mature trader. So I agree with you guys debating over the plus. Plus, we are on Snipe Plus right now, LBS Plus. Okay. But within a month or two, I'm going to start introducing the phase of, LBS premium. And that's another portfolio. But I need you guys to start, at least let me have more proof of this raw. And any question? When is the app coming? All right, that's a beautiful question. So branding is delaying me. I need a team of branding. I'm establishing a team of branding. Some people to be in charge of marketing, branded content. So we're establishing that team, okay, before our rollout, because I cannot be doing all those things. I'm tired. I can't. All right, all this posting. So we're establishing. I brought in someone who's going to establish that team. That's the only thing. The app is ready. Okay, everything is ready. So when I said it was ready, it was ready. So, but it's structure. It's not about the product. It's about the structure that the product is going to run on. So that's what we're consolidating. Okay. Any other question? No question. All right. So let's look at the market. Okay. No movement. No move. I already told you guys what we're gonna be doing here, so I can put an alarm here. This is the next wake up call for buy. Okay, the reason I'm gonna buy here is because the risk is favorable. Okay, but like I told you, if in case you guys let's look at S&P 500. Hold on. So S&P 500 didn't snipe above this, rejected. It sniped. Okay, so S&P 500. Hold on. Let me take away this noise. Let's go back to daily. So this was taken out. So I just want to do a little bit of outlook. So this was clearly taken out. This was a previous high, retested it. This is good price action. So I think market is already in a good state of bullish. All right, bullish state. Okay. So let's look at it on the 15 minutes. All right. So it's the only challenge I had with this. This is the only this move erupted everything. It was really okay. So we had this so I can tell you, idealistically, there may be an expectation for market to come back into the structure. Okay. It may attempt it, it may attempt it, it may attempt this. Okay, but a strong move, okay, will be met when market come back into any of this structure. So that's going to be a pool. It's liquidity. So there's liquidity here, there's liquidity here, there's liquidity here. There's a lot of liquidity here. So if that pool affects the market, this market may actually come down or I retest here to go back. Okay, to continue on this because it's already on a bullish state. Okay, it's just that this move was so long, market now has to recoup back this liquidity to take form and get out because a lot of monies didn't drive this. News did. Okay, but eventually liquidity is needed to push this market to the next direction. So I feel the market, there's going to be a pull. You're going to be seeing, even if it's going up, it's going to be choppy, 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 choppy. But if you want to see good moves, okay, it's going to be when market come back to this state of liquidity before it's going to move. Hence, all right, selling is not going to be a bad option right now. So if you see opportunity for sell, okay, you can sell, okay, rather than buy, because buy has no potential as much as the sell, because that's one of the things we look at. So what am I going to do? So the market is bullish, okay. We already see it's bullish. So this is a bullish convention, okay. So beautiful thing is, okay, for me to sell, I just want the structures. So there's a breakout structure here. It means this is a swing high. This is a swing low. If this is taken out, that's me. Okay. So I'm just going to wait. So this is a swing low and there's a structure here. So let me so if you look at this right now, I'll just allow the market to. So this is it. A previous ceiling, a present floor, a change of character. Market goes below this area. I think we have ourselves a sell and we can start selling to the direction of what? The previous day liquidity, which is So this is the previous day. I know I'm analyzing from a place of price action, but this is the previous day. So the market closed this. I think we have a one-to-one. All right. That gives us a sell. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm going to be looking at for. So if it sells, yes, it may come down to this level. This is where I'm going to buy, but this is one-to-one. Never forget. This is the limit of today's snipe. So if the market closes, this is where you're selling to. Now, when it comes to this area, we are now start maybe from tomorrow. Just imagine tomorrow, the market comes here. From tomorrow, buy snipe now start happening. You're going to just see those moves are going to be more excellent. All right. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. Put sense on the chart if that makes sense. So I want you guys to note this. So for buy, I really don't know about the buy, but let me look at it closely. Do we have a one-to-one on buy? Yeah, I think it may be a little bit tough if the market closes above this structure. But this is it. This is structure. If it breaks above it, let's see okay, the risk is good. One-to-one is there. All right, that's beautiful. So if it buys the same, if it breaks above, that's a buy. If it breaks below, that's a sell. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's about our snipe for S&P 500 snipe plus. Euro USD. Noise. Noise, a whole lot of noise. Okay. 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 So I think I'm just looking at it from the perspective of this. This was a good break of structure. All right. So I think it's going to buy in the course of today. Buy to sell, continue down. I think this is okay. I think this is the next move because this it didn't really complete this. So this is all nice actually. So, but the next thing to play, since this have been taken out, so there's a change of character on EU right now. Okay, and a change of character means sell. Okay, but I'm on this is daily. Oh, sorry, I'm doing daily. Sorry, guys. Okay, market outlook. So daily wise, we might be seeing a buy to sell continually. So maybe from next week, we're going to be looking for major sell, but the market has to buy to this area for us to have those complete good sales. So, but if this is what the market is showing right now, liquidity has been taken out. Now it's above that. So you're going to be seeing buys today because the market is already bullish. All right. So you're going to be seeing buys since the market has all right, raided this and is back into this discount level. So market is on discount now. So it means you're going to be seeing a lot of buys from the smaller time frame. Okay. From the smaller time frame right now, you're going to be seeing a lot of buy because why market is gone back into bullish. So you can see this is a bullish trend. Okay. So if this be true, if market takes away this right now, the only thing I'm seeing here right now is all noise. Yeah, the market is going here. So it has to actually, so let me just do this quickly. EU. So it will be okay to say if EU takes this away, we can start looking out for. We can start looking out for. So this is how I trap my noise. Okay. If it takes this away, that's up. If it takes this away, that's continuation. Okay. That's continuation. Bigger sales are going to start happening when the market takes this away. That's not going to happen now. Bigger sales, because why? This is what when the market is going to change character for this bullish move. But if that's not happening right now, if market is slightly is on the daily bullish. Okay, so what I need is market to take this away. We retest this area, then we're going to go back into that uh premium level I talked about. So that is this area. So I'm going to be watching out for this area. So that is what I'm going to do. It's all in noise right now. So I have to be careful, okay, to watch the trend. It's the same thing that happened here that is going to happen here. So anything you're doing right now, you might be trapped. And I don't want to be trapped in the market, okay? Say Trump should not tweet again. You can't stop him from talking. He has his mouth, all right? Just track what the mouth is doing to your chart and react accordingly. So that is that. And if we actually check the US dollar index, you find the activities, same thing. Okay. The same thing. Liquidity has been touched here. Okay. Market is slightly bullish. And I think as okay, I think the market dropped. Market is all in a noise right now. This is going to sell big. So if US dollar loses this strength and loses this level, trust me, you can buy to the heavens. Euro USD. Okay, so just watching. This is a week to watch the market. All right. So I've done S&P 500. I've done S&P. So I'm not doing. So the question is, look, gold is the same thing. Look at Euro USD. It's the same thing. I think GBP USD is the same thing as well. I'm already on a GBP USD trade, so I don't want to bother too much on that. Okay, so it's either it comes today. It's just dragging because it's all in noise. All right. Like I said yesterday, it was not my premium trade, but because you guys said we should look at it, I looked at it and I got in because why I'm also in it with you guys. So, but it's not because it's in a good place. All right. So I'm not buying. Okay. Neither I'm already in the sell. So if it sells today, you can actually take back the sell, but that's it. Um, gold, I already told you guys gold. So gold, if it did I? So if gold breaks above, it's a snipe. Raw is active when gold. Oh, gold has actually even breaking above. So raw is active. Raw is already active. Okay. The only thing you might say is, does this look like a structure? Okay. Okay. Maybe this look like a structure. So for raw, all right. So buy is continuation for raw. Okay. Even for Snipe Plus, okay, if you want to get in, market breaks, it's already active for raw, okay, but I'm just trying to see a structure here right now. This structure is really valid. So that is a good game. Gold has a good game if it breaks above. All right. It has a good game today for 1 to 3. Wow, that's amazing. So that's good. And it's probably gonna happen anytime soon. All right. So that's good. Gold breaks above this area, then you guys have yourself a trade. You say I'm already on EU buy. Congratulations. Bitcoin trade yesterday. Okay. So this was yesterday. Yeah, there was a structure above. All right. So this was a good trade. I talked about it yesterday, right? We talked about it yesterday that it has and it played out well. Chris, we talked about Bitcoin. Were you on the yesterday's class? I talked about it. You know, the first candle closed below. No, hold on. For raw, all right, that was it. I wouldn't have sold until it closed. This was a sell, and that is actually even a fine trade. It did a fine move. Okay, accordingly, it did a fine move. I told you guys that this area was going to be very 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 tricky, but the news blew it out, and after blowing it out, retested, moved. So this was a change of character, and guess what? It sold. Okay, right about now it's above. So where is Bitcoin going? The previous days, yeah. So you can't snipe BTC except you want to take a price action. You see this range? All this is the traffic range on Bitcoin. Okay, it's resisting. If it breaks this range above somewhere here, All right. This is a pillar. If it breaks this range, Bitcoin will probably be going to 100. All right. We'll be seeing Bitcoin come to 100 if it breaks that range. So anytime you see Bitcoin break 71,300 areas, okay, just put your money in it. Okay, put your money in it. I think I could. Okay, that may be so 74,000 probably will be the next move. Yeah, it's not far away. So that's BTC USD. Okay. Any other question? Likewise, to this, if it decides to sell, like I said, if the market is trending, fine. But if the market is not trending, the narratives around crypto is a little different. Okay, so this is a swing low right now. The market actually takes this away. That's a sell option. It means sell option. Okay, we'll be selling all the way down here. All right. All right, good. So that's it. That's BTC USD. So it's already on the buy actually now if you're doing the raw because well, it's not even raw, it broke structure. At least this was the first candle, right? This was the first candle. This is still inside structure. This broke above the structure. So it's already activated on the buy. The only thing that I just told you guys, you always watch out for the range it's in right now. It's in premium. Okay. So it's not just about the structure, it's the overall structure there. So I would love you to break the structure close above. It's a good one for the buy. So that's what I'll do. All right, let me send this. It looks like it's gonna be a good trade. All right, question. Please, can you post the Go trade? I already did. So please, could you help analyze GJ? I'm coming. So please, could you go through the consideration candle as we discussed the other day? All right, beautiful. Okay. What was the currency? Was it EU? EU, right? Beautiful. So need you guys to pay attention to part of the component of the strategy. So many of you don't pay attention to details are very, very important. Okay, so there are times the candles, so the first 15-minute candle of every what is this, let me take this away. The first 15-minute candle of every day is actually the consideration candle. So this is the first 15-minute candle. Okay, is the consideration candle because that's what determines the direction of the market for our direction of the market. If the market breaks above, so this is a snipe. So raw on EU right now already sniped. Okay. So this is a buy snipe. Okay. Now, despite the fact that the market is in the only reason I analyze on a deeper scale is yeah, many of you trade from the standpoint of strategy. I trade from the standpoint of position. So when you're trading from the standpoint of strategy is, oh, you just look at the consideration candle, you look at the low, you look at the high. Okay. And as long as you just see one to one, that is strategy. You're looking at entering the trade. Now, I'm looking at market direction. Is market bullish? Is market bearish? What's the position of the market? Is it on premium or is it on discount? That would make me evaluate my option. Is it better to buy or better to sell? Then if I have established that option, then I will not come in. Okay, this is how I'm going to buy. This is how I'm going to sell. That's when I now look at strategy. Okay. It's different when you look at it from the scale of position, strategy, then risk management. Many of you, what you're doing or what you would tend to do in the beginning time of your trading, and it's okay to practice. Okay, you're going to be more skillful with the strategy, just like Magdalene just said, I've sniped now. Okay, I'm already in the buy. Okay, you get what is going to influence this trade. I need to know what may influence this trade even before I take it. I don't know what's going to happen, but I want to know what would inform me to do what I need to do so that I can believe in my execution, even if it goes south. All right. So, this market has sniped. Now, there's a consideration of this candle. If it is less than now, for I know I trade more of indices. Every consideration candle should range between at if it is not up to 3 pips on the forex. So this is at least it should be this is 10 pips right now. Okay, this candle is 18 pips. Am I correct? Sometimes this measurement can be funny. Okay, this actually is this candle ETP or is 1.6 pips? This is 1 bar, right? No, no. Let me use this 16. Yes, 16 pips. I'm correct. Hold on, let me see this. Between here and here, yeah, that's 73 pips. That's 42 bars. 73 pips is here, 73 pips. Okay. So the candle should not be lesser than, I think is we said 5 pips. That first one. Let me show us some candle. What was that day? There are some candles, mostly when they are less than 5 pips, you look at the next candle. Okay, so let's say this candle, for instance. Hold on. All right, good. So this is a candle. Okay, if you look at this candle right now, how many pips is this candle? This is about 4.9. It's not even up to 5 pips. Okay, it's 4.9 pips. So that's why I said, okay, hold on. Yeah, I think it's 5 pips if I'm measuring right. If the candle is less than 5 pips, that's not good. Okay. But if it's up to 5 pips, that's good. So I think this candle was, I don't know where is the line at. Okay, with this wick and everything is 5. So this is a valid. But if it's less than, you see a candle like this is okay. You see a candle like this, mostly when they, and now you have to also consider it. No, I know I didn't put that variation. There's some small candle, like this is a small candle. If this whole candle was fully body like this, you may say, okay, let me consider that. But if it now a part of the candle is now all wiki, that's a small candle. It means there was no price action, no price activity. Market just stalled. All right. You want to be careful of those candles. Okay. Where the wicks are longer than the body and it is not less than 5 pips or it's less than does that make sense? Is it clear? So those candles, if it is less than 5 pips, not valid. Okay, if it is more than 50, if a candle is more than 20, 30 pips, you should be careful. It means that's too much risk for a consideration. It means the market started on momentum. Okay, you want to be careful of that candle because why? It's going to enlarge your risk. Okay, candles are good when they are around 15 to 5 pips, 5 to 15 pips. Does it make sense now? All right, 5 to 15 pips. Like this is a good candle. This is about 7 pips. Okay, and it closed above. Voila, it moved very well. Okay. Now, it's the same thing with risk. If your risk after your snipe, your risk is for Forex, your risk is more than 70 pips, 60, 70 pips. It's too dangerous to take a risk because why? What it means is that you're going to be taking a swing trade. That's a swing trade. Okay. You may be staying in that market for 3 days. It's not too ideal for the type of day trading we are doing. Does that make sense? All right. Mr. Giles, does that make sense? Is it clear now? Okay, so 5 pips is the number. So you always measure that and let that. So even if it's around that 5 pips, let it not be too wicky. Let the wick not be longer than the body. Okay. All right. So for indices, I think it's about, I think I said indices. Let me see S&P 500. I think it's still about the same thing. Indices are always opening big, all right? They're always, but if you see an indices candle that is less than, I think it's the same. So like this candle now is, yeah, this is about 5, 6 pips. Okay. This is about 11 pips. They always open big. All right. Not more than 50. Okay. Yeah. So 11 110. But I said it should not be more than 150. Okay. If the opening is more than 150, you are. So this is 185. It's crazy. If it's more than 150, not 100, 100 is still okay. If it's more than one, like you see this type of candle, like imagine the market open with this type of candle. Okay. It's dangerous. Not too good. This is about 261 pips. All right. It's dangerous. It's going to just enlarge your risk. It's always okay to watch out for candles like that. So 5 pips in 5 pips in indices is actually 50 pips. 100 pips is 10 pips. So that's that. Any question again? When it snipes, coach, you said more than two. Okay, that's the closing above. That's another one. Good. So when the market snipes or close above a structure, all right, the body of the candle must at least a minimum of 2 pips. Okay, so let's say where can we find that? Where can we find the close? Let's see this right now. So let's say this is where we want to. Let me take this out. You see the simple details. If you overlook them, you might be trapped. So let's say this is where we want to snipe. Okay, and we're looking at this candle. You want to measure that candle. Is it more than two? Is it more than is it for forex? So this is 1.1. It's not up to 2 pips. Okay, so this is where it gets. So 2 pips is ideal. Okay, for the closing. So this is it 1.2? Hold on. Yeah, this is 2 pips. This is an ideal closing. Are you guys with me? That 2 pips measure. It means there was volume. It closed with volume. If you just close slightly around the structure, that is escape. Oh, it may still come back, drop back. But if you close anything around 5 pips, 2 to 5 pips, 5 is actually moderate, but 2 is okay. 3 to 5 is better, but 2, okay, we can manage 2. All right, because we've waited for 15 minutes for that to happen. So we can manage 2. All right. So that would be the closing should be about 2 pips. Sir, uh, it has to close with the body, not weak. Weak is nothing in my strategies. Okay, so if the daily candle for the high, low, has more wick than the body, do I ignore the daily candle? I do not look at the structure of the daily candle. I just mark the high and the low of the daily candle. Okay, the high and the low, that's what I'm looking at. The extent and the intent. All right, where it came from, where it extended to, that's it. The candle does not really matter. Okay. If you like, let it be all naked candle, weak. I'll just mark the high, I'll mark the low. That's what I need. Okay. Somebody said we should look at GJ. GJ is bullish. If I'm going to sell it, I also take away this candle. All right. And if it takes away this candle, it's not a good sell. It's all noisy. All right. Not a good sell. If it takes away this candle, this is going to be my risk. This is going to be my reward. It's not ideal. If it's going to buy, it's not ideal as well. GJ is out of snipe. Magdalene, did you see that? Okay. Has it been a beautiful question? Has it been a beautiful session? Now, leaving this session, there's something I always say. It's gonna be a beautiful day. All right. Gold may pay, gold may not pay. GU may hit SL or be like, oh, that was a good trade. I tried. Now, another thing I'll close out with is there's this excitement that comes when you're winning, and there's this emotion that comes when you're losing. Avoid it at any cost. Replace it. Okay, don't avoid it, just replace it. So you can do an exercise. Track your wins. When you win 10 times, celebrate yourself. Celebrate more wins than one win. All right? What you're doing is you're training yourself out of instant gratification. You're going to get used to winning when you plan long-term winning. And you transport your emotions for instant gratification into accomplishing a milestone. I'm not saying win all trades. By the time you look at your 10 trades and you won 7, celebrate yourself. All right. Do a video, put it in the group. Publicly celebrate yourself. All right. You check out every 10 trades you take and you win. I'm not saying don't post your one trade you're winning, all right. But I would also advise you post your losing trades. Many of you are used to posting your winning trades. Sometimes I even do it. Okay. Where I don't actually post my trade. But if I start posting my trades, okay, that's why I update. We lost this trade. That's what I can do. But those of you, if I ask you to post your result, don't always show up with your winning result. It's not ideal. There's no, and don't hide your losses. It's part of our wins. Okay. Because the truth is, I really want to know if you're winning. If you guys are doing the raw, don't just post your result. Not here, not on social media. Don't just post what people want to see. Post the process. Because if I'm following you and I see you always posting win, I won't trust you. Because why? I know there are losses. You're not just showing them. But if you're posting wins and you're posting losses, but I'm beginning to see you're winning more, I trust you. All right. So don't just put your wins on your social media. You're inviting people. People are curious because they know in the game of trading there are losses. Okay, that's why I post my result. And if you see my result, there's transparency. We won this amount of trade, we lost this trade. And they can come into the group and they'll see these things transparent. We send this trade and we won them. You trust it more. Am I making sense? How many of you think that's truth? You trust more in a process that has wins and losses. In fact, the more you see losses, the more losses relate to you more than wins. So by the time you see someone sharing losses and they are sharing the exposure of losses and you can find wins and losses, there are more wins, you are attracted to that process. Okay. And that's why I put out the weekly results. And it reinforces your belief that, oh, you know what? When you see that weekly result and you see your own personal result, you victimize yourself. You'll be like, I wish I just did what they said this week. It's a corrective measure. It makes you want to trust the process more than you trust yourself. Okay, it's very, very vital. It's part of our learning curve. You won't get it right in your first month. Okay, I did the market yearly overview, but guess what? Many of you have not fit in that overview till now. You have it, but you have not fit in. It takes time. All right, give yourself that time. It's a hard thing to do. Okay, it's a hard thing to do. Is that I'm running up. All right, so one of the things you guys want to do, as I told you guys, celebrate yourself. Okay, celebrate your milestones. Every 10, celebrate 7. Okay, celebrate 6. But don't celebrate 5. Don't celebrate the break even. Challenge yourself. Wow, but see, wow, I had a break even this. Wow, I'm gonna look into what I do. Share that. You're gonna find out that you'll attract more people when you share your losses than you share your wins. I promise you. Okay, because people like to identify with failure. Okay. So show them the failure, you attract them. Then show them how you're winning even in the midst of failure. All right. So I want to see that more. I want to see more of that. Okay. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a privilege, man. It's a pleasure. I'll see you guys on Friday. Okay. You guys weren't expecting this call, but I came out because I had something that was bothering me. I knew this message had to go out. But most importantly, you guys encouraged me because when I woke up this morning, I saw a lot of people join the group. I don't know where they came from, but I just know people joined the group. And that's my excitement. When I just keep showing up, I say, God, you're blessing me with more vessels to learn. God, I think yeah, I have an opportunity. I must come and I bless. And that is why I came out. So you can make me come out tomorrow. Because I always have something to teach you. You can make me come out tomorrow. In fact, you can make me come out this evening. If I show up in the evening and I see my group is at 800, I'll come out. I'll be outside. All right. I'll stay outside, guys. So let's just keep winning, just keep sharing, just be intentional. Like I said, it goes all way. This message is not really about trading. It's about you in trading, everything in trading, everything this environment gives, everything this environment expects. Put yourself in it. Our growth. Okay. You're showing up for classes. You're being punctual. You're showing up with your videos on. Everything that the class requires. Okay. You're being accountable. You're being communicative. These are things that will be reviewed for your examination. You make sure you want to pass the examination here. You are part of the student, not someone who just come and take and go. All right. You're part of it. Tatiana, how you doing? Is that the same Tatiana? It's good to see you. It's good to have you back. All right. So let's grow. We're consistent. We'll do better. We're getting better. All right. But I need you guys to get better. Let me start celebrating more results. I know I'm celebrating results already. People are, but I know we're getting into the phase where some of you will be celebrating, oh, my first $10,000 withdrawal, my first $10,000, $5,000, $1,000 withdrawal. Now we're just passing evaluation. Some of you are passing evaluation. That's a good thing. All right. But I'm also getting you to be consistent with not just passing evaluation, but retaining growth. Because that evaluation you passed, if you lose it, I will lose you. Many of you will lose you when you lose your evaluation. You will lose. I've said it before, so don't think it's and I know why I say it. The road up is harder because if you fall, you may not want to climb again. To climb, imagine you took 3 months to pass an evaluation, and in the brink of you're making progress, something just happened. You just lost grip and you lost that account. You think, I will do this for the next 3 months. You may not want to do it again. It has happened to a lot of people. Some people didn't quit because they weren't growing. They just got tired of recycling growth process. You think before we got here, we are normal. I'm not a normal human being. All right. There's nothing normal about me. In the process of growth, nothing normal about me. In fact, you could identify me as an alien to emotions. I am a wicked person to myself. I'm wicked when it comes to I'm tough. Let me use the word. And sometimes I wonder, why are you this tough to yourself? Because why? This is my secret. Is it a secret? No, it's not a secret. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. And I just give it to you. Do I want to celebrate myself? That's the question I just asked myself. Do I want to celebrate myself? Do I want to win? So it's either I win or I fail. And because from the foundation, I am alien to failure. Failure challenges me. In fact, if you tell me there is something to fail, I will come and make it right. I'll come and prove you right that I can succeed in it. Failure challenges me. So when failure shows up, I am ignited. It doesn't matter what I lose, but I am not someone who fails. It can take me 10 years. You may even give up on my winning, but I will come back and I'll tell you, oh, it took long, but I won. I won. That's me. That's my mindset. I win all the time. It may take a while. It may take money from me. It may give me shame. I may come to rock bottom, but you see that guy will stand up. This guy you're saying, I will stand up again. I will show up another 2 years. And I'll tell you, I won. You can never win me with a challenge that has to do with failure. I'd always win. I may lose a lot. Do you know monies I've lost? I've lost monies. I've lost relationship. I've lost integrity. I went to jail. Like I went to the prison. Okay. I failed at every level. I've been challenged at every level. At every level. But since I started winning, I have never stopped winning. Different challenges, different layer because I had a mindset. Do I want to be celebrated? Just one. And the answer for me is yes. I always want to be celebrated for winning. Okay, so it's all about winning. And I know the game of winning. And winning is a competition if you don't know. So that's why you can never be in your comfort zone and win because winning is a contest. You are running against you, which is the main character. You're running against a track record. There is a track record and someone is tracking you, God Almighty. Okay. And you have other partners to challenge you and tell you how you're running fast. Someone has to be a measure of how fast you are. And guess what? I am that tough. I made my competitors my mentors. You guys see the drill. It's not like I want to best my mentor. When I'm running a race, I'm not in the same race with my mentors. But my competition is I will start running with them. And guess what? That has elevated me. Now I'm running with my mentors. I joined system. My mentors built system. Guess what? I'm building systems right now. It's a competition, but the competition is a positive one to challenge yourself and bring yourself from where many of you are just comfortable. You're just trying to earn money. That's poverty. Trying to earn money is a mindset of a poor person. If you commit all of your life just trying to earn money and just survive through riches, that's the mindset of a poor. There's more to life than money. And when you focus on those more to life, money shows up. Money becomes a byproduct of an evolved person. And guess what? That is what I have done. Okay. I may be playing this game with you, but we are not on the same track. That's the truth. The decision for you to be on the same track with me, give it 5 years. That's what I taught you guys today. Be intentional. Give it 5 years. Know what you're running against. You, then your record given by God. Because at the end of the day, what did you do with life? God is going to ask you whether you like it or not. A part of you, even before you finish the race, will ask, what have I been doing with life? Okay. I've been trying to earn money. 10 years have gone. I'm still trying to earn money. You will give up on yourself one day. All right. So why don't you just start the race today? Start running. Okay. Let my words challenge you. Run with other students that are here. That's why I love to build a beautiful community. You see someone always posting their chat, someone always sharing their thoughts and ideas about their learning. Guess what? That person is challenging you. If you could come into that competition, you'll be a better you. It's not to bring you down, but it's just to show you can do more. You can be more. Someone is doing it. I can do it. See, this is one of the things you notice about me. From the time I joined I Am Academy, I had a mindset that I want to be known. I want to be seen for relevance. That's my winning. That's my winning structure. And guess what? From my corners where anybody didn't know me, I joined a call, I attended a meeting, I attended an event, and I saw a mentor I liked. I said, wow, I gave myself 2 years. I said, I want to be in the same table with this mentor. I want to be part of the people he is mentoring. That was my decision from that day. And 2 years later, before 2 years later, I'd already been in the same table. That was my competition. I'd always win. And guess what? It's not by saying it. I went to work. The first thing I did, if I'm going to get in line with this man, then let me obey what he says. I'll do what he said. And I did what he said. 30 days later, we had a meeting with him. Less than 30 days, about 40 days. I had a meeting for those who qualify. That brought me into his circle, brought me into his consciousness. And guess what? That brought me into a team with people that were close to him. And they handpicked me and said, oh, I want to mentor you. Because you are somebody to be mentored. The question you want to ask yourself in this call, are you someone to be mentored? Will a mentor pick an interest in you that they want to mentor you? Because that's what happened to me. I did not go and beg my mentor, please mentor. If I had no opportunity to do so, if I don't like doing so, I have this rugged attitude. It's a mindset. If I'm in a room, you will like me. That's me. In fact, I don't want to need you. I want you to need me. So I'll give you what you need. Because why? I believe in value. Anybody that has value in a room will always be choiced. So what I do is I put work into, I find out what people need. When I came into trading, I went to meet our leader at the time. I said, I see what you're doing and I like it. I want to replace you because you need to be doing other things. I want to do more. This is what I want to do. Please give me permission to do more. He gave me his community. Guess what? I didn't know what to teach them, but I know how to teach. So I needed content to teach. While you were sleeping, I was spending 4 hours because I had the responsibility that if I wake up and go to the office and traders the next day, there were people I was going to teach. I'll do meetings. That I became relevant. Teams started contacting me from different places because of my relevance. I became very relevant that even the company knew I was reported for my relevance. That's how I am educator. Not because I knew how to trade, I was valuable to the team. Okay, and guess what? This was one of the most remarkable things that you guys didn't know. It's a communication right now. Everything I'm teaching you guys, I've done it. I'm doing it. It's part of my life. I'm not teaching you what I read in books. I'm teaching you what I've done. And I guess what? I think I'm a proof of success you'd like to be. I may not have all of the monies, all of the cars, all of the, huge lifestyle, but I have something. I'm rich. Okay. I'm wealthy. That's the truth. And if you think that's it, you can follow me. One of the things that I did, this one remarkable thing that I happened, I am at the time. There is a prerequisite for being an educator in I am. You need to have a track record of 6 months and an equity of between $10,000 and $100,000. It's part of the prerequisite for being an educator. Do you know how many people submitted track record to me? They were trying to become educators on the platform. So they said, let me help them reach out to the platform. They submitted track record, they submitted equity to me after I became an educator. And I was looking myself. I didn't have any of those things. At the time I became an educator, I didn't have 1,500 in my account. In fact, they didn't ask for it. Are you guys surprised? They didn't ask for it. When my mentor reached out to the company, the reason they reached out to the company was this guy is valuable to this ecosystem because I was serving the whole of Africa, Trinidad. People were joining my session like this guy is relevant. We don't have an educator in this. So he strategically told them that this is something that helped the company. Guess what happened? When they reached out to the company was like, they've been seeing what I am doing. It's like they've even been trying to reach out. But they have conduct. So when the leader reached out, it didn't take time. You guys were surprised. I came in. First month, I became number one because I had an ecosystem of function. It's not magic. It's a mindset. My mindset is when I show up. So you guys could see, we had over 200 educators, but when Kenvry showed up, I showed up to win. I said, you guys are doing well. I learned from you, many of you, I learned from you, but now that I am here, I'm going to be known. The same mindset brought me to number one. And I stayed number one because why? It's not because I had the best content or the best trainer. No, I had something in me. I would always win. You bring any competition on my end, I would always win. Because while you're trying to win, I am looking at what makes people win. I'm going to do what makes people win. While you are trying to win. So there's a difference between trying to win. I'm not obsessed with winning. Okay, there's a difference. The competition is not to be relevant to be on top. No. As long as it has to do with people, there is a structure of winning. I focus on serving people with truth. And with that, I always win. So I go to look at what is the truth people need. What is the solution to this dying economy? What is this? I'm a light in the world. It means if I find myself in darkness, I should shine. So while you are trying to shine, I'm trying to be a light. That's me. And I've always won true and true, true and true. Except the platform does not want to win. Or the platform does not have a yardstick of winning. Or the system or the structure. But if there is a system on the structure of winning, if I show up in any place, I will be known. I may not be at the top. I mean, it might not be a matrix of number one, number two, number three. But even if I decide to get into that matrix, I would win. Why? Because I have what it takes to win. I know how to get people. Because if you can solve a problem, people cannot solve for themselves. That is winning. That's the best form of winning. And that is one of the things I'm trying to teach you guys. And guess what? I came into I am not as a I lost everything because before I lost all my finances before I became an educator because in the process of growth I lost it. I made mistake and I lost money. At some point I even wanted to quit. All right. The same year I became an educator, that's the same year I went broke. Well, guess what? I gained everything back. I gained everything. Money, relevance, value equals money. The money that I've never earned before, I started earning it. I was being paid $1,500. My expenses as an educator, many of you didn't know. This platform, they don't pay you. So you guys are admiring your educators. That's just spotlight. I was being paid 1,500. Do you know my running cost was more than 3,500? The moment I became an educator, my running cost, number one educator on I am, my life changed, not for the good. Okay. My expenses changed, not for the good. Because why? I was earning this amount of money, but I was spending this amount of money. Not because I was planning, because as an educator, responsibility, everything changed. But that didn't matter to me. You know why? Ask me why. And this is why I taught a lesson today. I know I may be long. I'm done with my training. I'm just discussing with you guys because you guys are still here. You guys will go away now. You're not going away. So me, I'm not going away. I'm just deciding to share because I'll see you guys on Friday. I may miss you guys. So I'm just sharing this. Because my obsession does not come with worry. While if I'm pursuing something, I don't care what I lose. I must win. So while I was spending money, I was spending my own money. But you know, one of the things, this is it in life. Be anxious for nothing. God who gave you that position, He knows you didn't have what it takes to sustain it. He will sustain you. God sustained me. My income from the company was 200% less than my expenses. I'm talking my running cost. I'm not talking my life. But the good thing is God made me figure out trading. I was earning from my trading. I was earning from the team. Okay. I was earning commissions and rebates. I was earning mentorship. The structures of business was sustaining me. My trading was lit. In the whole sustaining factor, my trading was minimal. My team, these things I'm telling you guys to build will pay you. And those type of income, they are sleeping income you can sleep. At some point in time, I'll tell the community, I may not be able to trade a whole year, but I will earn more money more than some of you. Because why? I put the effort in making sure people win. And that's one of the things I love about trading. It's a powerful financial ecosystem. A lot of you people are just sleeping on it because you're confused. If you can wake up to the reality of building a business for the next 5 years, I tell you, you're going to be 10 times richer than your confusion right now. Okay? Challenge yourself. And I believe I'm here to guide you through the process. All right? God bless you guys. It's been a beautiful story time. Okay? I hope your heart is inspired, not just by your ears, your heart. Because when the heart is inspired, it releases, it's the oxytocin, what they call it, a hormone that gets you, and you need to leverage that hormone and make decisions on it while it's still active because it's temporal. Okay, while it's still active, make decisions because why? You're a product of the decision you make from this meeting. If you did not make any decision, I just wasted my time. But if you do, I will see you running with me because you'll be